Hello, Oligata, Bulavanaka, and bonjour, basketball fans. Welcome back for the fourth and final game of the Melanesian Cup 2025, day one here at the Friendship Hall in Honiara. This is Tristan TP Prentice here. Delight to be back with you for our fourth game of the day. And rejoining me in commentary this evening is Fiji's very own Cecilina Thaku. Nice to see you there, Cess. We're going to try and get that last name ready for you in the future. But what a great game we've got ahead of us. If I have a look at some big numbers, and one thing that stands out to me is that Fiji undefeated against the Solomon Islands in their history of this tournament. But it has been much closer over the last couple of clashes. Only an average of 11.5 points separates the two sides, Cess.
That's right, Tristan. You know, this is the match everyone has been waiting for. Two proud island nations, rich in basketball culture, going head-to-head. And they're going for a spot in the finals, all potentially on the line. And you can expect some intensity, fireworks even, and also expect a battle from tip-off to the final buzzer.
So we got the Solomon Islands team list ahead of us. And a player to focus on is number 23, the captain, Alex Messiah. It's going to be very important. 13 points in the last time they met in the third place game of the 2022 third place game. And he will be important along with Max Grantham with the 12 points the last time they met. There are a couple other players that I like the look of here as well. Matthew Boardman as well, the center. Seems incredibly fitting, would be fair to say, as we have a look at Fiji, Cess, and you can talk to the Fiji list. You know a lot about this team ahead of us.
Joshua Fox, and it's great to see the Naivaluro brothers as well, on set today. And Fiji is definitely known for their physicality and fast break transition game, coming in with confidence, and a lot of eyes will be on them. Will be leading the tournament, leading this tournament.
We'll be back shortly with more of this game coming up very soon here on the FIBA Melanesian Cup 2025.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
So back here for the FIBA Men's Melanesian Cup 2025. We mentioned coming into this game, Cess, that a couple of the important players in this game, another one, particularly from Fiji's perspective, will be Josh Fox. 15 points, 11 rebounds the last time they met. Josh Fox also holds the record for the most number of rebounds in a game, with 20 rebounds when it comes to that side of things.
We have the president for the Solomon basketball here on screen, Mr. William Lai, I believe.
As we see the crowd gathering here tonight,
yeah,
a big game ahead of us, no doubt about that, Cess.
I love the fact that, you know, it's the stadium is actually filling up with crowds, and as we know, this is the much anticipated game that everybody is looking forward to. Stakes are high, and the Solomon Islands men's national basketball team, they will be aiming for a stronger performance this year, especially after finishing in the bottom two positions in the previous two editions of the sub-regional competition.
And the Solomon Islands actually have a bit of experience that's come across to Australia. I look at Kalita Mayalasi, who will be an important player at 21 years of age, number 4 out there. The Hume City Broncos, of course, in the Big V, from what I understand, and then he was part of the Keilor Thunder's NBL 1 list as well. So knows a bit of the NBL 1 south side of things when it comes to this team for the Solomon Islands. And then on top of that, Max Grantham was with the Gold Coast Rollers in the NBL 1 North as well. So some familiarity with other countries as well. Very helpful when you're playing these kind of national tournaments to have that experience.
Exactly, that's some great stats you've come up with, Tristan. And well, it's too early to tell. It's day one. A lot on the line, and both teams know it.
Yeah, you're right about that. Players will be going to their benches shortly. Another one to look for is this Meli Koroi, number 4 for Fiji, had the 22 points, and a big part of that came in a 23-12 second term against the Solomon Islands in the game that was so important for both nations. And we've got our referees in front of us this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. Zandri Pay from France, and we've got Alex McEwen from Australia, and we've got Ivan Wapi from Papua New Guinea as well. There in front of us. And we go to the MC here at the Friendship Hall, and then for the anthems.
Jersey number 3, Tavita Bother. Wearing jersey number 4, Ismail Koroi. Wearing jersey number 5, Phil Waga. Wearing jersey number 6, Joshua Motufaga. Jersey number 7, Orisi Naivalurua. Wearing jersey number 8, Tyrone McLennan. Wearing jersey number 9, Joshua Fox, also the captain for Fiji team. Wearing jersey number 10, Jordan Willie Alfred. Wearing jersey number 11, William Goldadovu. And wearing jersey number 12, Kenan Hedges. Head coach Kelvin Mark Hedges from Fiji, and the assistant coach is Manoa Talelala. Please, let's give a big round of applause to Team Fiji. Introducing the Team Solomon, wearing jersey 0, Chokali Winnie. Wearing jersey number 2, Neil Tano. Wearing jersey number 4, Dalita Malasi. Wearing jersey number 5, Max Grantham. Wearing jersey number 7, Godfrey Toramo. Wearing jersey number 8, Bat Kimi Basia. Wearing jersey number 10, Max Bosogo. Wearing number 12, Jimmy Maki. Wearing jersey number 13, Matthew Bowman. Wearing jersey number 22, Anthony Wong. Wearing jersey number 23, Alex Masai, and also the captain for Team Solomon. And of course, wearing jersey number 28, Tuati Atamo. Coach is Michael Lau from PNG. I will kindly ask everyone to abstain and face where the flags are as we will play the national anthem for Fiji. remain standing for the national anthem of Solomon Islands. Thank you very much. I will ask players to shake hands and exchange of gifts. Introducing our referees for this game. The crew chief is Alex Marquand from Australia, and the umpires are Rodri Pau from France and Wakwan Wapi from Papua New Guinea. Let's give a big round of applause to our referees for this game.
So here we go. It's not too far away from the start of this one. A big game tonight between two nations. One nation has had the domination over the other one when it comes to results, but there's something funny about being on the home court, Sessa, when it comes to the strength that you can bring from your crowd and from your country and also your nation. And I'll be really interested to see how pumped up the Solomon Islands men's are going to be in this opening term. But we know Fiji is super strong in this contest.
That's right. It's going to be a battle of physicality here at the at the Friendship Hall this evening. You know, Fiji's shooting has been impressive, well, over the last two cups, and you know, from the field so far, just compared to the Solomons, and they're also dominating on the boards. But we'll see how the Solomon plays out today. They're playing in front of their home crowd. That should be an added boost, an advantage to them as well.
It certainly will be as we come into this game. We mentioned it earlier today in the men's game. Marcus Whippy from Fiji, of course, holds the highest total for an individual in any game in the Mela Cup with 27 points for Fiji. And as we know, Josh Fox comes into this game with the rebound record at 20. There's plenty other players in here as well. For Fiji, Wangababa holds the record number of assists as well as three-point makes. He had 5 triples in one of the previous tournaments. No one's had more than 5 triples in a game. I wonder if we're going to see that broken this particular tournament, Sess. So here we go. The talk's being done. We're about to get underway here. It will be Maya Larsi in the tip, along with Nobula Rua, the number 1 at 41 years of age, against the 21-year-old. How about that? There's a bit of an age difference there, would be fair to say, Sess. 20 years difference between the two players at the center tip.
That's right. You know, I did spoke with the assistant coach a while, well, earlier on, well, during the week. It's been a while since he's back, so...
As here we go. And it's the Solomon Islands with the opening tip. Now it'll be straight away here for number 12 in Muggy. Muggy looking to drive and draws the foul straight away, and that'll please the home fans. So Timmy Muggy will head to the free throw line straight away. An early foul on Fiji here, says.
Solomon's crowd, well, you know, definitely backing up the national team right now. They have full advantage to this.
The first one good. And the crowd are right into this one early. The atmosphere is just going up a notch. The second one good for Muggy. And he's off and running. The Solomon Islands have the early lead. 2-0. Taken here by McClellan of the Fiji team. Here to Wangabava. And there's the finish inside. Great finish there. I think it went the way of McClellan on that one. It's taken here by the Solomon Islands in the baseline. It's Grantham with the ball there. Grantham's going to be so important, as we said. 12 points in their last meeting. Alex Macia is starting on the bench for the team out there. They're going with a bit of experience out there as Tango has it. Guarded here by Hughes. Tango, the turnaround. Oh, in and out of the cylinder it goes, and there's a holding foul here. The foul going in here to the delight of the Solomon Islands crowd in Nobularua. And Eeyore has got his first foul.
Fiji will need to be careful on this one.
Feel like already an influence coming in from the home crowd.
That's right, Tristan.
And taken here by a three-ball attempt there from Barcia. That was Kirby Barcia, of course. Hughes now for Fiji. I'm going to drive around a couple and give me a hand in here. So fouls on number 4, Khalida Mayalasi.
You know, Tristan, and also for a young squad like the Solomons, the moments on the court, just a few minutes ago shows, pure maturity. You can tell they're not just playing, they're thinking on the game.
As Wangabava gets it in, back here to Hughes. Wangabava for 3, just a little bit to the right. And here comes Solomon Islands in transition. Slowed down here by Barcia. Gets it out here to Margie. Guarded here by Box. A little wider here for Barcia again. Barcia looking to try and get past McClellan. Barcia stepped his way through. Didn't get the finish. And Box will come up with it. They'll continue to push it in transition here, Fiji. Box now needs an option. Goes inside looking for the nice hand there from Wangababa. He's going to head to the free throw line. Will Philip Mornay Wangababa. And chance for Fiji to take the lead here from the free throw line, Sess. And 2 shots here for Wangababa. And USP product misses the first. To the delight of the home fans here. A lot of noise in the stadium. Second one good for Wangababa. And back here comes Barcia. Into the corner here for Tango. Guarded there by McClellan. Back to Barcia. Barcia for 3. A little bit to the left. The big groan as the three-point shot is taken by the Solomon Islands is very evident in here at the moment, Sess.
That's right, Tristan. It's just they got to slow things down, but, Fiji needs to be careful.
As Wangababa goes in and draws the foul.
From the officials' view.
So there'll be 2 shots here, I reckon, to Wangababa. Let's have a look at the replay. And clearly drawing the block there, so we'll go to the free throw line. We'll feel it Morne Wangabala. Prominent player in this Fiji team for many years, Sess, as you know.
Exactly, Tristan. He's a very well-seasoned player, especially in the men's national team.
Leading number of assists in a game in this tournament, Wangababa, with the 6. No one's had more than 6 assists, as we said earlier today, of course. Misses the second, so a bit of pressure. Couple of missed early free throws for Fiji. Stolen back the other way by Hughes. Hughes is off and running in transition. Oh, and Hughes makes the finish. And all of a sudden, Fiji up by 3, 2-5 here. Barcia with it again. A little wider here, looking for Tango. And a nice finish there. Margie again, the 36-year-old showing no signs of slowing down at the moment.
Well, Tristan, it's definitely, you know, electrifying here at Friendship Hall. How do you keep up?
Hughes again. Goes back to Box. And Box draws the foul.
You can see the frustrations building too, you know, but these are the moments where, you know, the Solomon Island team will need to step up, calm things down, avoid the fouls.
Just tap me on the shoulder. Sorry, I can't hear you. So just tap me on the shoulder when you're done.
So at the line, Box for Fiji. A big tournament ahead for Josh Box. Makes that first one, does Box. Or Fox, I should say. From Boston, of course, not the Celtics, just to let everyone know, Cess, but of course, Boston, which is a club in Fiji when it comes to basketball. Just wanted to make sure I cleared that up very early for everyone. It's back here, Barcia. He draws the foul. We've got a lot of experience out there on the floor this evening, Cess, when it comes to the referees, led by Alex McEwen, of course, from the NBL in Australia. It's one of our many NBL referees. Here's Grantham trying to get around Wangababa. Now Hughes again. Wangababa again. Back to Fox. McClellan looks for 3 and knocks it down. Big triple there for McClellan. And all of a sudden they're out by 6 at the moment, Cess. Good start for Fiji, but Solomon Islands staying in the contest early. There's Wangababa. Oh, makes it. In transition. And I think we're going to get an early timeout going the way of the Solomon Islands. Rightly so. The run all of a sudden has been pretty strong here from Fiji. They've rattled off 7-0 in a row without an answer.
You know, Tristan, that's confidence right there. Most teams are looking to set up the offense there, but Fiji says, no thank you. Knocks it down from the range this time.
You're right about that. As we just have a look at coach of the Solomon Islands men's, and Michael Now. Michael Now, of course, has had some experience back in Australia as well. Played up in Cairns at the Marlins in the NBL 1 North. And played with Deepa George and a few other players well known around probably this area of the world, actually, surprisingly. But a bit of containment in defensive transition at the moment. So I think that'll be very important at the moment, whereas, of course, the Fiji head men's coach, Earl Hughes, just really imploring his team to continue to play the style of basketball that they are. you'd imagine. And Tango's going to take it here for the Solomon Islands men. That's Horatio Tango. Taken by Grantham. Bit of pressure on him early. Fiji coming at him a couple of times. And foul going to be here on, I think, on McClellan. Got out of that one just. Did the Solomon Islands, but it wasn't pretty. As we're going to have a floor wipe down here. And everyone's cheering on the floor wiper. It's the kind of atmosphere you get here, Sess, at these tournaments is everyone gets a bit of a cheer, even the people playing the supporting roles in this week ahead, eh?
Some early jitters there, Tristan, but that's expected. You know, just a big occasion for a lot of these players.
There's been a few fouls early as Grantham's going to go to the free throw line, so that tells me that both teams are going to be over the limit in terms of fouls. There's been a few fouls called in this one early. And it's taken there by number 11 for Fiji in Gornadovo. Here's the three from Hughes. Gornadovo gets it here to Box. Created one for himself and makes the finish. This is Josh Fox. They tried to cage him, but they couldn't contain the Fox. And that's going to be a big part of this week for all the teams, to be fair to say, Sess.
Just not quite clicking for them at the moment. You can feel the pressure, you know, shots not dropping, and they know it.
As Tango back the other way, draws a foul, and one. Oh, I hear the noise in here. Horatio Tango. He's got them jiving in the stands right now. What a finish there from Tango. And all of a sudden it's 7-14. Momentum shifting back the way of the Solomon Islands. And a chance for a three-point play here for Tango. As Matthew Boardman comes into the game for the first time this evening. 29-year-old. And Matthew Boardman's the center in this team. It's like he was named to play basketball, Sess. That's rebounded here by Nabula Rua. Now skip it forward. Jordan Lumcon. In transition, Grantham. And it is loud in here as Grantham makes the finish. Says the atmosphere in here is pumping.
You might need to scream up a little bit.
Hughes goes for three. And that one out of bounds, I think, almost off the hand of Anthony Wong there.
You know, Solomon Islands needs to weather this storm, settle the game down, get a good look at the basket.
And there's a nice turnaround there from Io Nyabalarua. Great finish there from the 41-year-old. Doesn't look any bit of it. The way that he's playing, such a big target inside for Fiji. And there's the pass looking there for Wong. And missed there by number 28.
Fiji is playing with confidence, pushing the pace, knocking down the shots, setting the tone early. Solomon Islands can still come back.
So Jordan Plumcon gets it in the corner, and that is a great finish once again from Wangababa. He's had a great start to this game, Wangababa. Philemone is absolutely on fire for Fiji at the start. 9-19, Grantham for two, makes it as well. And I think there's going to be a foul here as well. I'll just see what the call is here from our crew chief, Alex McEwen. So points will count, but it will be a foul on the Solomon Islands, I believe. So just have a look at this replay here. So Grantham, and then have a look at this secondary. It was a bit hard to see off screen there. As Grantham makes that 2 from the corner. And all of a sudden it's back to 7 points the margin. Well, 8 points the margin, I should say. 11 to 19. Hughes now out here to Lumcon. Back here to Hughes. Shot clock to 10. Pulls the trigger from outside. Just number 7 in Nyabula Rua. That was Orasi. Now Grantham back in transition. Looks to drive, tries to draw and does so successfully. Draws the contact to him, makes the finish.
And just like that, Solomon Islands are clawing their way back into this one. It's now 19, Fiji, Solomon 11. 13, rather.
And that one goes out of bounds. Another turnover here for Fiji. As Boardman will take it on the baseline. We've got an issue here. Referee just checking at the stats bench something before they can inbound the ball. They've got it all sorted now. And now we've got a substitution coming the way of Solomon Islands. It's very loud in here, which is why it's very difficult for everyone to hear. It's coming into the game now, number 10 is Marks Boasaga before us. And he's guarded here by Nyabula Rua already. And so we'll see what impact that Boasaga can have in this game tonight. It's Basia with the handles. Flicks it over the top, looking for Boardman. Nyabula Rua got it out here to Lumcon. Great pass for Jordan Lumcon. And draws the foul underneath, does Gabriel Tuivan Norbo. And we'll head to the free throw line. You see that nice pass there on replay from
Gabriel Tuivanovo is definitely the youngest player in the men's team, men's Fiji team.
19 years of age. Makes the first. Got a lot of length to him, of course. He's the 19-year-old.
It's Fiji's turn to answer, Tristan. This is what the Melanesian Cup is all about. Great swings, energy, national pride full on display.
We're seeing it at the moment. As he said, their last 2 meetings, the average has only been 11.5 points between the 2 teams, so expect a close one tonight. As Grantham got called for a carry there by the referee.
I mean, you gotta love the Solomon Islands men's grit and determination. After falling behind early, you know, they've tightened up defensively and starting to find their rhythm on the offensive end. That's a great little run to stop Fiji's momentum.
So got a timeout here going the way of Fiji. The lead by 7. And of course, our broadcast is brought to you by Pacifica TV, TV New Zealand, FIBA on YouTube, of course, and TTV Solomon Broadcasting doing a great job upstairs here at the venue, getting it all together, and TTV Plus on Android and iOS live streaming, so you can catch it anywhere, wherever you are around the world, of course, Cess, when it comes to the Melanesian Cup this week. And we've seen some great moments already in this day today. There's been some teams where maybe they had a bit of a rough start, but they found a way to get back into contest. And that's been something we've seen where the teams that have won today, they had a patch where they played extremely well for about 10 minutes, and that was enough to really get the victory. But every other part of the game was very close and very well contested, would be fair to say.
That's right, Tristan. You know, I'm sure most teams that took part earlier on today, they're probably heading back to camp, resting up, and definitely going through some more set plays with their coaches and also the team members, and come back stronger tomorrow.
And you're right about that. It is a long week ahead. This is only the first of 6 days of this tournament, of course. In this cup, we've got a foul baseline. So should be free throws to come, I think. It will be indeed. Both teams over the limit in terms of fouls. Free throw no good there from Gabriel Tui Vanovu. Plays for the Zodiacs back in Fiji. With Keenan Hughes, who's on the team as well at 21 years of age. That must be a really young side that's running around for the Zodiacs in Fiji.
Yes, definitely, Tristan. He's one of the energetic key players tonight.
And you look at the ages in this team, and we've got a nice mixture of youth and experience, this team. A lot of them are aged around the late 20s, early 30s, though, which means they've played a fair bit of basketball now in their lifetime. Second one, no good, though. Couldn't make the most of the second opportunity. Back the other way comes Tango. That's Neil Tango. To Bawasaga, who draws the foul. Bawasaga will head to the free throw line. That's Marks, 27-year-old. So we have a look at the replay here, and good draw there from Bawasaga. The free throw line beckons for him. The first one good from Bawasaga.
That's a classic 2 easy points, situation when you get fouled and convert here. Just puts pressure back on the opposition.
One to come here for Bawasaga. Part of the Gunners Club in the Solomon Islands. Plays alongside Kirby Barcia and also Godfrey Toromo. And all of a sudden, margin back to 6, 14-20. Fiji haven't scored for a few minutes here, despite the fact that they've had some opportunities. They might get a chance here as we walk to the other end, courtesy of that foul. So it'll be Josh Fox. He'll be at the free throw line, the captain of this team, Josh Fox.
Free throws can be a huge momentum, killers or builders. It's important for Fiji to stay calm and just knock this down. Every point counts in a game this tight. What do you think, Tristan?
Absolutely, that momentum is really important. The free throws at the moment are a problem because they're missing a few. As it stands, so Fox at the free throw line again. Makes that one. Now the funny thing in this game is that we're yet to see, for Fiji, Ishameli Karoi, who's there on the bench at the moment, but he hasn't come on the floor yet. Had a big influence against this Solomon Islands team the last time they played. As I said, 22 points. So curious as to why he hasn't entered the floor yet, but maybe he might come out soon. It's taken here by Wong for 3. That one a little bit long. Contesting for the ball there for the Solomon Islands. Now Fox inside again. Manages to draw the foul, and it's really difficult when you're trying to guard someone like Josh Fox, Sess, because he commands a lot of attention, and if he moves laterally, it's very difficult to stop him being able to get to a new space on the floor, and as a result, he's heading back to the free throw line because of creating the contact. As we can see right here. See, he found that gap and managed to just find a body, and that allowed him to draw the foul. And of course, doesn't matter if it was a shooting foul. All fouls point to the free throw line right now in the final 2:14 of this first term. Is that one made there?
I mean, at this point, Tristan, these fouls start to add up. Fiji's going to be looking to exploit the bonus situation soon if Solomon Islands can't really clean up on their defense.
Just wiping up the floor here before we resume play. Atmosphere electric in here tonight. I reckon after the first day, the crowds will continue to increase as we go along. So Fox misses the second. Boardman nearly comes down with the rebound. Taken here by Wangavava, turn it over. And going up strong is Basia. Draws the foul. It's Basia. And Basia in transition at the moment, proving a problem for Fiji, Sess.
There's definitely some great physicality play we can see here. Great athleticism from Basia.
And getting a push in the back there from Wavabaga. So free throws to come here for Basia. So the interesting thing about Basia, I'm not sure whether they're connected in some way, but Augustine Basia holds the record for the most number of assists in the Mela Cup over the 2 editions that we've had so far for the Solomon Islands. And we've got another timeout. Not sure who that's going to, but the reality is that both teams are just trying to contain themselves at the moment because it's 14-22. And both teams going to the timeout and trying to adjust to the play. In fact, I think that might be a technical foul, in fact. It is. As Basia will look for the technical free throw.
Momentum's really shifting a bit here, Tristan. You know, Fiji needs to stay sharp and not let the Solomon, energy get the better of them. And speaking of Basia, he has a sister that's playing for the women's national team.
So actually, I don't think that was a technical foul. I think the referees had a chat, and I reckon it's an unsportsmanlike foul. And why that is because the player got him from behind, and there was no attempt on the ball, which is why that happened. As in and out of the cylinder it goes from Basaga. Basia looked like he nearly almost stepped out of bounds. He's got the ball in hand here. Tango now. Inside of Boardman. Turnaround hook shot good from Boardman. How about that? Number 13 out there. There's a few number 13s that have turned around and hooked it over the top of their head in this global game of basketball. He's another one. As there's almost a rejection there from Boardman. They're going to draw the foul. Once again, Fiji. 1:22 to go. And this crowd is into this one. The margin only 5.
Player from the Solomon Islands men's team, they didn't let the free throw slow them down. Immediately answering with a quick basket that shows composure and why they're really closing the gap.
First one missed there from Naibula Rua. Second one also misses, but he gets the tip from Fox. Back here to Lumkon. Jordan Lumkon with it again, and he went at the wrong moment on the cut there, did number 7 Arisi. Naibula Rua. So Bawasaga is going to take it here on the sideline. Listen to the crowd here, Sess. It is loud. Back here, Basia. Tango. Gets it out here wider. And there is a big bucket for none other than Messiah. Alex Messiah, who had the top score against Fiji last time they met, and he's cut it back to 2 points the margin. Last 45 seconds, as we've got a foul here on the floor.
Yeah, well, Fiji's definitely missing some open looks. That's uncharacteristic of them. Maybe the pressure from the Solomon's crowd is, Solomon's defense is finally paying off. Or is it just Fiji rushing off with the shots?
Yeah, you're right about that. Lots of free throws in this opening half. Or opening quarter, I should say, here. Their only win in the Mela Cup was by 12 points, the Solomon Islands. In the men's, they're in this contest early. You're as good a chance as any on your home floor, there's no doubt about that. 20-23 here. As Masia for three again. Almost there for Masai. And Fiji will get a look at it. Noyabarula, stolen here by Basia. Basia, will he go upstairs? He goes up for the layup. And we're all almost back even. 22-23 here, Sess. 15 seconds to go.
Basia with some great exceptional play happening right now, but can Fiji respond?
And he's drawing the foul there. One to come here for Fox, who was just so big on the inside. 31-year-old. Fox can add to his tally here. 22-25. So got one to come here for Fox. 7 seconds on the clock for Solomon Islands after this if he makes this free throw. Oh, it comes up short, and that'll be possession to the Solomon Islands as well. What can they come up with here?
Well, Fiji's not going anywhere, Tristan. They've been here before. They know how to handle pressure. Right now,
as Messiah will get it in here. Tango to Basia. 1 second on the clock. Basia's got to get it up. It's wide of the target. Basaga can't finish it. And that'll bring us to quarter time here. What a very entertaining opening quarter here. The crowd is loud and everyone is locked in. It is 22-25 after one here. One term down, 3 to go. And it is Fiji just in front by 3 points. 22-25 at the end of one here, Sess.
absolutely, you can see it in every possession, every hustle play that's happening right now. The cheer from the stands, we're loving it. And, you know, just giving that boost to the Solomon Islands team. They're playing with heart and purpose tonight.
They're playing with a lot of passion, aren't they, at the moment? Now, at the moment, we don't have our stats in front of us, so we'll try and get some stats for you by about halftime. When it comes to things, I think Sess is onto it. And what we do know influentially in the first term, I reckon that Josh Fox has had a pretty good start to this game. And we've seen some buckets from Wangababa. Philip Mornay is having a great game so far for Fiji. And then for the Solomon Islands, Muggy was the one who started really well. And then it was Grantham for a couple of plays there. And Tango did some nice stuff as well. That was Huasio Tango. As we have a look at the box score here in front of us. And Sess is going to take us through the top scorers for the Solomon Islands. So Max Grantham has the 7 points in this opening term. And Timmy Margie has the 4 for the Solomon Islands. And then for Fiji, leading the scoring for Fiji currently is Philip Mornay, Wangababa, along with Josh Fox. He has the 6 as well. And they're the 2 players that are leading the scoring. As here we go, second term underway here at the Friendship Hall in Honiara in the Solomon Islands. And the 3 attempt there from McClellan almost. Couldn't get that finish. And back the other way comes Tango. Tango decides to pull up in transition himself, comes up short. And pushed out of bounds there by number 11 in Gornaduvu. And back here comes Fiji through McClellan. Wangambaba. Hughes available in the corner if McClellan wants him. Wangambaba cut at the wrong moment. Or was it the pass? Didn't quite find the target there for Fiji. Solomon Islands really worrying them out of many points at the moment. In this game would be fair to say, Sess.
Well, the Solomons team, you know, they're starting to smell bad, but Fiji, you know, they've got some championship DNA. They've been here before and they won't back down.
He's got a travel violation here. And taken in by Fiji again. They'll get the ball back. 3 points the margin. Just a tick into the second term. McClellan on the left. Back here to Fox. Fox now had it stolen by Barcia, the active hands. And it's going to go the way of the Solomon Islands. I think originally maybe Wangambaba thought that maybe it might have come off the hand of the Solomon Islands. In the end, it went the way back, the way of the home nation. Grantham will have it again here, guarded by Wangambaba. Go back out here looking for Malasi. Malasi! Galita Malasi! Bringing the thunder from down under, back over to the Solomon Islands. Is the Keilor Thunder recruit for this Solomon Islands team. McClellan. Back here to Fox. Now to Wangambaba. Back out here looking for McClellan for three. Can't get it. Returning favour here. And I think we're going to have a timeout coming the way of Fiji soon as the Solomon Islands and timeout, possibly, or is it going to be a substitution here? I think it's going to be a substitution. As here we go into the game for the Fiji men is Ismaili Karoi, who had the highest score against them last time for Fiji, the Solomon Islands.
You know, Fiji's got to settle down and protect the ball. You can't afford sloppy passes when Basti is actually lurking. You know, he's like a shadow, always in the right spot at the right time.
First one good there for Margie. I'll tell you a story about Tyrone McClellan when we get a chance to, from Fiji, when he's got the ball in hands. But I just had a thought. And sometimes, as you know, Sess, as a basketball commentator, you just remember something. And it just keeps coming back at you a few times. And I wondered why I had heard that name before. As McClellan's got the ball in hand right now on cue. As Hughes now out to Wangambaba. Back out here to Hughes. Now looking here for inside Karoi. There's going to be a foul here. We're going to have a sideline ball here. McClellan's going to have the ball in front of us. So McClellan, I figured it out, Sess. So McClellan actually played for the Woodville Warriors in the NBL1 Central back in Australia a couple of years ago. And I completely forgotten about it, but when I saw him, I knew I recognised him as Lumcon. Had it back here. Wangambaba couldn't quite get that finish. Now Lumcon inside, big player inside, emerging from the Solomon Islands centres there. There's the Fiji centre in Fox, who made that basket. Messiah now out here to Malasi. Fox comes down with it again. Back here to Lumcon. Jordan Lumcon spent his time up north in NBL1 North for Fiji with the Gold Coast Rollers. As we're 25 to 27 here.
Now the pressure swings back. You know, if the Solomon Islands are heading to this line, the crowd will erupt. But if Fiji can dig in and just stop after this, it's game on.
Wangababa again, Lumkon. Here to Karoi. Can't get it. Malasi. Found Tango in transition. Alex. Mathia. And hit the upright there. And we'll go back the way of Fiji. In this tight contest, 25 to 27. The score has definitely stagnated here, would be fair to say, Cess. And both teams, it's very even at the moment out there on the floor. As Wangababa is going to take it again. Taken here by Jordan Lumkon. Beats to Fox. Fox now guarded by Tango. That's tough. Good play there from Messiah. Back to Messiah off Margi. And Messiah gets it done. And we're all level for the first time since the opening tip. 27 apiece here. Great finish there from Alex Messiah. Inside, elevation there. And good work there from Tyrone McClellan. An excellent job there from him. Now Tyrone McClellan picks up the foul. So good finish at the offensive end of the floor, but at the defensive end of the floor, too keen with the hands there. And we'll pick up the foul.
The intensity is absolutely off the charts right now, Trishan. I mean, both teams are throwing everything at this. It's physical, it's fast, and neither side is giving an inch. Basia is definitely an eye to look out for.
Timeout going the way here of the Fiji team, 27 to 29. So like I was saying before, Cess, yeah, Tyrone McClellan, I was having a chat to him during the lead up to this game. Jai Morant is the basketball player that he looks up to as a player, and you can see the style of play that he has, McClellan, in the way that he plays. It's very much like Jai Morant in the way he likes to play. And like I said to you before, I can't believe that I forgot about the fact that I'd known him for a little while when he was down in Adelaide, of course, playing with the Woodville Warriors. Played under Coach Scott Whitmore there at the team close to the west coast of Adelaide.
You know, just talk about the Solomon Islands team, Tristan, you know, massive momentum, just the transitions. They were down early, but they fought their way back. And now, just look at the scoring board. But this time I couldn't have come at a better time for Fiji.
Good time for Fiji to have that timeout. Just keeping in mind their top score in the Miller Cup has been 70 points for Fiji. For the Solomon Islands, they scored 77 in a game in the last Melanesian Cup. I believe they won that game when they scored 77. It's not too often you score 77 in a cup game and go down, but it can happen.
Listen to the crowd behind us, Tristan. You know, every basket, every move the Solomon, the men's making, they're feeding the energy.
They're riding every single play, no doubt about that. As that'll come off the Solomon Islands. It'll go back the way of Fiji, lead by 2 here. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second term.
Looking down right now.
Wangababa with it again. Driving now, trying to get through. Was Tui on Vanorvo. Now Grantham. Beats to Malasi. Fox tried to feed it over the top. Tango intercepted. Grantham now. And there's going to be a foul on the floor, I reckon, before Grantham took the ball to the hoop. So fouls here on Jordan Lumkon. How many fouls on Jordan Lumkon now? It will be his first personal foul. Tango will take it here on the baseline. Crowd has really grown here this evening. Just a tick over 7 p.m. local time. Everyone's here after work now, Cess, and they're really getting into it here. It's back the other way come Fiji. An open lane for Karoi. He's going to have to pull it out, and he ran out of real estate on the baseline.
Tristan, the dynamics of the game, the intensity, them running with speed, of course they wouldn't see that.
And you're right about that. As driving here, Malasi trying to get through a few. And lost the ball out of bounds there as Fox came off his hand. Will go the way of the Solomon Islands. As we've got the ball being cleaned up here. Malasi having a engaging conversation with Alex McEwen there, as is Fox. They're both in there. And Alex McEwen is handling it beautifully.
Just the frustrations building up here. Solomon men's team, well, the Solomon Islands team are definitely closing on the gap.
They're trying to do what they can to guard Fox at the moment, and they're doing everything that they can as legal as possible. Grantham for three, and that's it. Oh, what a bucket there from Grantham from deep. They're stolen back here by Basia. Basia couldn't draw it. Fox got it back, and the Solomon Islands have hit the front for the first time in this contest, I believe. That is the first time they've hit the front. Lumkon trying to make the answer. Malasi. And they're letting them play out there this evening. I don't mind it. So momentum has shifted back the way of the home nation. They lead by 1. It's been an 8-4 run for the Solomon Islands men the last couple of minutes. Here comes Grantham in transition. Malasi beats it at Tango. Canna! He's got him up and about. And there's a steal for Basia again. He's after Augustine Basia's record in this Miller Cup. Baseline ball here for Malasi, and he makes the finish. They're all over them at the moment, the Solomon Islands. And it's an and one as well, as Khalida Malasi has got the home crowd up and bumping. Can't make the free throw, but Margie almost gets that rebound. Fox goes after it again. They're really contesting for it. Malasi with it again. Flicks it wider here, Grantham. And that was good work there from Wangambaba. A bit too clever defensively there. And gets the ball away from Grantham and wins it back for Fiji. And they needed that.
This is what the FIBA Melanesian Cup is all about, Tristan. Big plays, hard fouls, some beautiful shots.
McClellan will have it here on the sideline. So, Sess, I know you're from the home nation of Fiji, and it must be very nerve-wracking for you watching your home country in this game like it is at the moment.
It's still too early to tell, Tristan. Have faith.
Well, that's what we love. We love the fact that we've got people local here that are ready to come in and call these games. Certainly introducing me to the culture here, which has been fantastic the last few days. McClellan now back here, Malasi. Basia now. Spun! Look caught one way, the other. Then goes to Malasi again. He lost the ball. Jordan Lumcon back here to McClellan, and McClellan has it picked off him. I'll tell you what, Basia, I would not want to go anywhere with anything of a delicious nature in my hands that I wanted to eat, because he might swipe it off me when I'm not looking.
That's definitely right, Tristan. Basia is like a shadow in the night. You won't even see him come at you.
Thief in the night kind of stuff, I reckon, when it comes to Basia. Hughes now. Now Naya by a ruler, and he tosses it out of bounds. The pressure being felt here by the away side, even though the tournament is for all, the home side is definitely getting the support in this one this evening.
And you can bet, Tristan, you know, the coaching staff is dialing up those adjustments. Fiji will need to step up and ignite their team. The crowd is behind Solomon's, but
Grantham looks to work it on the right hand. Back out here to Basia, guarded by Lumkon. Now to Tango, into Magi, guarded by Naya Arula. And he couldn't quite get it. Oh, they tip it here to Basia. Open three, but Grantham again. And Max Grantham is at the max right now. He's not giving minimum contribution at the moment. It's all max currently for the Solomon Islands. Basia now. Kalita Malasai. Grantham again, surely not. And drawing the foul this time, Mayalasi. And he is being the strength. Here's Mayalasi. The Solomon men's team have come with some serious reinforcements in this particular game tonight. And they lead at the moment by 8.
You know, Tristan, if Fiji was hoping to slow this game down, well, Grantham's telling them not today. Solomons are definitely firing on all cylinders right now.
First one good for Mayalasi. Keeping in mind, biggest margin in a game for the Solomon Islands is 12. And biggest quarter they've had as well is around 17 points, I reckon. And they are having a quarter. It's 22-7 in this term. Just the 7 points for Fiji in this term, Sess. That is not very often we see that happen.
Fiji's definitely facing that 10-point deficit. And absolutely, it's a big hole to climb, but you got to believe in the resilience Fiji's known for, their fighting spirit. This moment is going to dig deep.
As the attempted pass from out of bounds towards the rim for the alley-oop for McClellan. And it was spiked away there by Malasi. So they're aware of the fact that they're going to try and get the ball up like that. Lumkon now, out here to McClellan. Back here to Hughes for three. Comes up short. Malasi forgot that he had the ball. And Lumkon couldn't make him pay. As losing the handle there was Basia. And there's going to be a foul. So originally it was going to be a lost ball. But the foul's been called here by the referee. And I believe that means we will walk to the other end for free throws for the Solomon Islands, who can take it to a 12-point lead potentially with 2 successful makes here, Sess.
Let's see if they can turn the tide.
So Basia at the free throw line. As he gets ready to make this. Does. Basia now in the game. 4th point of this one. 5th not quite. Just a little bit to the right. McClellan now. One more screen from Fox. A secondary screen there coming from Nayabaya Rula. Lumcon. A little wider here to Hughes. Corner ball here for Fiji. Trying to make things work. Back out here, McClellan. McClellan with no time on the clock tries to make it work, and that'll be a violation. It didn't touch the rim, so should be a Solomon Islands ball from the baseline. They'll have to set that up from the baseline, as Turumu will be here on the baseline for the Solomon Islands. And this has been a terrific second term from the home side. As Tango will take it here back to Torumu. Back to Barcia, who's been so important. Almost for no one. Torumu turns it over. Lumcon, no look pass to Hughes. Back to McClellan, who drives in transition and gets it. Good finish there from Tyrone McClellan. And now drawing the foul is Barcia, who is proving to be a problem to guard at the moment, is Kirby Barcia. A substitution here as Lumcon comes out of the game, and back into the game for Fiji is Tuibana Norbu. And we've got a timeout going the way of the Solomon Islands. 40-31 here. And I'll tell you what, Michael Noho has really found something at that quarter-time break. They have changed their impression when it comes to things, Cecilina. And they have done a great job getting themselves into this contest. And all of a sudden in this term, currently it stands at 17-6 in favour of the Solomon Islands. Just the 6 points in the term for Fiji. That would be incredibly concerning for the Fiji team. It's been a while since they've had that little amount of points, would be fair to say.
Well, definitely Max Grantham is one of the great players, especially going into the second quarter. And with Fiji, Joshua Fox.
Barcia back at the free throw line. Fiji over the limit in terms of fouls now. First one no good. So work to do here for Fiji in the second half already. There's still 1:11 to go here in this second term. Barcia. To get in, not quite. Nayabaya Rula brings down the rebound. Back here to McClellan, who finishes in transition, and that's a much-needed basket for Fiji. McClellan's made the last couple, and tipping it out of bounds there is Hughes. Tango should get possession here on the baseline for the Solomon Islands.
Well, Fiji is definitely going to tighten up the defense now, just gets the stops, you know, just hitting the shots consistently. But Solomon's is definitely in the lead right now. They got the home crowd as their motivation, especially into the second quarter.
It's taken here by Torumu. Goes for three, and nearly goes in. Malasi nearly stole that ball back. Now McClellan back the other way. Back in transition comes Tuibana Nuba. Long pass here, looking for Tango. Tango with the dance moves, and can't get the finish though. The fancy footwork there from Tango. Faked his opponent out of it.
He doesn't need two to tango, Tristan.
And you're not right, you're right about that, certainly. Neil and Huatia tango. Of course, when they're out there on the floor, then there's two that can tango, of course, together, as we know. We're having a laugh about that with them upstairs before this tournament started. But anyway, Fiji have the ball here. Shot clock and game clock aligned. Seven seconds on the clock, 6 seconds. McClellan looking to go on his own. Finish inside. Fox gets the finish and closes it to a 5-point margin here at halftime. An enthralling game of Melanesian Cup basketball that first half. It is 40-35. I imagine it's been some time since the Solomon Islands men led a game at halftime against Fiji. And we know that Fiji's got a prominent record against them. They've won all 5 of their meetings in FIBA. Is an upset about to come in this second half, Sess, do you reckon?
Spectators, for the safety of you and the athletes, it is strictly prohibited.
And 40-35 here. Says the upset could be on the cards here potentially for the Solomon Islands team, don't you think?
A bit too early to tell, Tristan.
As we'll have a look at some of the highlights here at halftime.
o'clock. Second game at 1:30. New Caledonia versus PNG Women. New Caledonia versus PNG Women. The second game at 1:30. Third game, 4 o'clock. New Caledonia and Solomon Islands Men's. 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. New Caledonia versus Solomon Islands Men. And the last game tomorrow at 6 o'clock will be Fiji versus Solomon Islands Women. So those are the lineup, the fixtures for tomorrow.
Welcome back to an absolutely thrilling Melanesian Cup 2025 fixture here. The final game of day one, and it is be delivered exactly what the crowd has wanted here in the Friendship Hall at Honiara in the Solomon Islands. This is Tristan TB Prentice here, and back on the commentary with me is Cecilina Verkow, and it's great to have you back, Cecilina. We're looking at these numbers here at the halftime break, and I'm really keen on where the Solomon Island is getting their advantage at the moment. There's not too many differences in the stats. I mean, there's 16 turnovers to Fiji and 13 to the Solomon Islands, and even the foul count's pretty even. I'm just trying to have a look at the discrepancy because Fiji have actually dominated the rebound, 27 to 18. But at the moment, I think it's just field goal percentage and efficiency at the moment that's coming from the teams. Although if we have a look at the advanced stats, here's the key one. Points off turnovers, 22 to 13. That's going to give you a lot of chance to hit the lead, would be fair to say, Cecilina. As before we go back to the third quarter here, Sess, could you pull up the numbers in relation to the players and the leading scorers so far in this game? As we have a look, first of all, at the Solomon Islands top scorers so far in this game.
We have Max Grantham leading the points in scoring on the scoreboard with 13.
So the 13 points there to Max Grantham by the looks of things. He was really good in that second term. And for Fiji at the moment, let's have a look at their top scorers in this game. So we're about to get this one underway for the third term here. And Honiara, 1 half to go here. And then day one will be complete. And the teams will have plenty to assess at the end of the day in between things. But it's a long way to go tournament-wise. As we're underway here, as Tango will take it in front of us. And Basia, who was so good in that third quarter, will get it back out here to Malasi. Malasi goes for three, can't get it, and Fox will come down with it. So one of the key things in this third quarter will be that halftime can be a great momentum breaker, Sess. So I'm wondering about what kind of attitude Fiji will come out with in this term. Stolen in transition here by Grantham, and it's going to be an offensive foul called here. It felt like he used his elbow. Did the referee.
Bad.
Wangambaba will get it into Lumkon here. And they've really gone with the experience out on the floor at the moment. They've got Lumkon and Wangambaba out there. As back here comes McClellan for three. In and out of the cylinder it goes. And taken here by Margie. Now back to Basia. I've been loving Basia's game in this contest. I'd love if we can find out with Basia how many steals he has in this contest at some point, Sess. We'll get that as soon as we can. Grantham with turnaround. Well, he came off the kill and he made that nice finish, did Max Grantham. He's turning it up in this contest, Grantham. $15 points in the contest now for Grantham. As Fox will draw the foul here. And we talked about it just prior to halftime about how much they're sending double bodies to Josh Fox, as you do. He's a good player in this Fiji team. And I wonder in the second half whether he'll get a little bit more freedom to be able to move around and make things happen. His margin cut back to 6 now. There's Fox at the free throw line again, 31-year-old. Makes the second. Margin back to 5. 42-37. As Tango looks to drive, can't get it. Fox comes down with it. They'll get it here to McClellan. Back here to Wangambaba. McClellan again. Hands it off to Wangambaba. Back to McClellan, driving baseline. Wangambaba now goes to work offensively. And great finish there for McClellan. He's had a good game. It's starting to be a problem for the Solomon Islands when it comes to their offense at the moment.
Exactly, Trishan. You know, this game is far from over, and the next few minutes will be critical for both sides.
Well, like I said, all that momentum into halftime from the Solomon Islands, but it's one of those things where you just feel sometimes that when you get to halftime, the sting goes out of the crowd a little bit, and the team that has the good fundamentals when it comes to basketball, they just reset and they're able to find a way to reverse momentum back their way. They're the best teams, and they're the ones that can create the opportunities. Grantham makes the first. Up to 16 points now is Max Grantham. Coming out of the Gold Coast Rollers in the NBL 1 North. Over in Australia, 24-year-old.
Well, the Solomon Islands have definitely maintained that physical edge and kept pressure on Fiji. That lead, the lead might not seem huge, but at this level, every point counts.
Lomcon now gets it out here to McClellan, who's getting a lot of ball at the start of this term. Fox now, he's doubled underneath, has to hand it out. Not much time left on the clock to work with, and came up short, did Fox, and then ripping it out for Tango, who couldn't save it, looking for Basia. That pass a little strong there for the Solomon Islands. They'll retain the lead, but the ball will go back the way of Fiji at the moment.
Fiji's got to find a way to break through this defensive wall and just start converting more consistently.
Broadcast today brought to you by Pacifica TV, TV New Zealand. You're watching live on YouTube around the globe. TTV as well for Solomon Broadcasting. As there's the three there for Wangan Baba. And it's his side. Now, it's Philip Mornay. Now back here, Malasi. And he draws the offensive foul. And Malasi thought that maybe he released his feet a little soon there. Now, be given an offensive foul though. Malasi still not quite pleased with that one. That is his fourth personal foul now, Malasi. He's going to time out going the way of the Solomon Islands. I'm not surprised about that. Momentum all with Fiji out of half-time at the moment. And we're just a tick over 2 minutes into the second half. And all of a sudden, it's back to 2 points. And like we said at halftime, Sess, was all about how much of the possession of the ball they could get to Josh Fox. And he is creating opportunities for players like McClellan and, of course, for Wangan Baba, who we know can hit the scoreboard really hard for Fiji.
Most definitely, Tristan. Every possession feels like a playoff moment right now. Fiji is right there with, just 2 points, and they're very hungry to take the lead again.
And yet to see out there on the floor, I don't think we've seen Tavita Bothera out there, and we haven't seen Joshua Motufunga yet. And the only two I don't think that have entered the game for Fiji so far. And then for the Solomon Islands, I think we've seen most of the players out there. The only player we haven't seen is Chuko Winnie. Everyone else has hit the floor tonight. So McClellan will have the ball here on the sideline. Jordan Lumcon will receive the ball from him, and we're underway here. 44-42. 7:19 to go. Wangan Baba. McKellen dishes it, looking for Lomcon. Back to Wangan Baba. We're trying to create space here. Baseline ball there. Dish there to McClellan. Was running the sideline there. As the ball is going to get a bit of a dry down because it's starting to get a little bit of sweat on it. It's quite humid out there, so I'm just trying to make sure that ball's not too slippery as the feed from Fox. Looking for Wangan Baba. Not quite. Back out here to Fox. McClellan now. Tries to get around Basia. Basia looks to reach, and McClellan can't get the finish. Fox nearly comes down with a board. And he jumped over the top of a few, including Tango down there. In fact, it was Basaga that was underneath the hoop. And now Fox comes out of the game. Something different here from coach of Fiji in Earl Hughes. And it's making the basket there. Number 6 in Joshua Motufunga, who's in the game for the first time tonight and makes an immediate impression with the opening jumper for him. He's trying to rip it up there, Basaga. And Motufunga will get the foul there. We're all square, 44 apiece at the moment here, Sess. It's a very tight game out there.
Definitely, Tristan. You know, this tie just cranks up the intensity. Neither team willing to give an inch now. They're not backing down. What's it gonna be in the next few minutes?
What are you seeing about Fiji's change in momentum in this second half so far? What do you see being what has happened in this game, and who's getting the ball more that's helping them get the momentum back their way? That's McClellan. And that one there from Motufuanga again. Draws another foul. Immediately having an impression on this game. It's Motufuanga, 33-year-old who plays for USP. Plays with Wangambava as well as Naya Valarua, both of them. Arisi as well as Io.
Joshua Fox has definitely been a steady force on offense, you know, just making smart decisions and knocking down key shots when it counts, assisting the team as well.
So Motufuanga misses that one. To the delight of the Solomon Islands crowd. The second one he also misses. And Fiji will get the ball back. Came off the hand of the Solomon Islands. Feed inside looking for Motufuanga, who's having a bit of an impact. Basia now back the other way. Pass out here to Bosaga. Bosaga! Oh, have a look at Marks. And the Souls are up. Bosaga makes an important basket. Hasn't had a huge impact on this contest, but it might not be your night, but it can be your moment when it comes to things, Sess.
The Solomon Island men's team, you know, just showing some great resilience, especially smart play with great response immediately, you know, after Fiji tied it up. But Fiji will need to stay calm. This battle is far from over.
Plenty of time. 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go in this third term. It's a close one. McClellan. As that one tipped out of bounds. And the Solomon Islands aren't going away. We thought that at some point Fiji might make a run and take the lead. But they are holding the lead right now. And the longer this game goes, the harder it is to re-establish that lead, as Karoi, who did the damage last time against them, can't get it. Balsaga, in transition, Balsaga. Couldn't get the finish either. Karoi ran into the wall, and Balsaga will pick up the foul. And I think for those of you watching from outside of these nations, you've tuned into an absolute cracker of a game tonight. As Karoi will go to the free throw line. The first one good for Karoi. Ishmaeli Karoi. And Solomon Islands over the limit in terms of fouls. So we talked about that foul count being pretty important in the second half, Sess.
Exactly. They will just need to be more patient, Fiji. But here comes the Solomon Islands men's team. Didn't really connect that well.
As we got ourselves, it looks like Tango's down at the moment. Hopefully he's okay. I'm not sure what happened, but there was some contact. Some contact here potentially on Huatia Tango. Let's have a look at the replay. So tried to dish the pass to Messia, and then, oh, he just slipped. He just slipped, and something very much hurt there.
You know, that's never a good sign in a game this intense, Tristan. You know, hopefully Tango, you know, actually can recover quickly, but it definitely breaks the momentum here. I believe giving both teams just a chance to regroup, a brief pause in what's been back and forth battle so far.
Has been that back and forward battle, like you said. 2 points the margin. Can they get Tango up? They can. And hopefully they're all right. We'll see if we can get a report on that at some point in the game. And it was just unlucky there, I reckon, for Tango, because there was a bit of a slip there, wasn't there, when he went down. So the pass from Messia was meant for him, and then in the end it deferred. So just making sure that the surface is all good to go here. The referees doing an excellent job being diligent about the safety of the floor. As we wait for things to get back underway here. And Fiji will have possession. Be interesting to see whether that break in play will be another momentum snapper for either side. It is very even at the moment, as we can see with the scoreboard, 47 to 45. Certainly in this quarter, the difference in the game has been Motufuanga, who's been excellent in the minutes that he's been out there on the floor, but looks like Fox is back out there on the floor now, so did his job really nicely. Did Joshua Motufuanga for Fiji. Just a couple of really high quality minutes to give Fox that breather. And we've got a blocking foul here as that's going to send Jordan Lumcon to the free throw line.
Tristan, this game is like swinging like a pendulum. You know, neither side is backing down, and the crowd is definitely locked in.
And they're keen for victory. There's no doubt about that. As we said, coming into this game, Fiji have dominated the Solomon Islands in the Melanesian Cup. They haven't lost to them yet. Tonight, the first night where it could happen, but there's a long way to go. Still another 15-odd minutes left in this game. Is that first one good for Lumcon? Is that one made there? It's 47 apiece now. Back to even. Once again, Boardman with it. Looking inside there for Messia. And Messia couldn't get that grasp on the ball. Fiji now have a chance to take the lead back here, Cess.
Most definitely, Tristan. Just looking at the Solomon team, well, men's team's captain is actually Messiah. A bit disappointed there.
As Lumcon now guarded by Tango. That's Neil Tango. Basia. Now guards McClellan. They left too much space, and It looked like almost a hand there from Masia. Now Basia back the other way. Basia to Masia. Back to Basia. Tango from outside. Neil Tango. He's got him jumping, Tango. Big three there for the Souls. And back the other way comes Jordan Lumcon. Inside, Narabaya Rua. It's tipped out of bounds.
They're leading right now. Every possession from here on out is critical, Tristan.
Narabaya Rua. Back out here to McClellan. Tuivana Norba was there as well. And the finish there for Fiji. Bassier again for three. And he's fouled. And he will get a three-point shot. 3 shots here. So 3 shots come in the way of Basia. Kirby Basia. First one good for Basia. 50-49 here. There's a real intensity out there.
Pressure's on now. Can Fiji stay composed and close the gap again, or will Solomon Islands stretch the lead?
They've done so well to hold on in this game, haven't they? And you really don't know. You don't know if the longer this one goes, whether it stays like this or whether, as most would assume, based on record and the players that they have out there, that Fiji will find a way to get this win this evening. But what an upset it would be for the Solomon Islands. But you know what? That's basketball in the modern era as Basia goes through a couple, can't get the finish. Oh, the board's there for Basaga. No. Fox comes down with it. Needs an option. Hands it off here to Ivana Norba. Fox now with the on-ball screen. McClellan again. To Ivana Norba. Goes up strong, can't get a big rebound there by Nayavaya Rula. That guy here, Hughes for three. A little bit to the right. McClellan again, guarded by Tango. Tries to get rid of Tango. McClellan trying to get through a few. Extra pass inside. Fox can't get it. Masia comes out with it. Right past the Tango. He's got the play in front of him. And in the end, he lost the ball. Came off Hughes, though, and will stay the way of the Solomon Islands. And I can detect, Zess, you're very much invested in this contest. No doubt about that, coming from Fiji yourself. I don't blame you.
Hide it, Tristan,
I don't blame you whatsoever.
Every single point matters right now. Fiji's defense has been solid, but, you know, just those slip-ups, Tristan, could really tip the scales. Solomon Islands, you know, actually convert it.
Basia goes for three. They'll steal the ball back here, Fiji. McClellan again, back to Hughes. Guarded by Tango. Stolen here by Masia. Masia now. Did it nicely, kept it in play. Basaga, no good. Masia goes for it again. McClellan thought about it and slows it down. Smart move there from Tyrone McClellan. Mutafanga is out there again. I like the move from Coach El Hughes. Mutafanga has been excellent in this third term. And Boardman comes into the game now. What kind of impact can he have? He's coming into the game here for the first time tonight, I believe. I mean, number 0 in Jagal Winnie is in the game from the Defenders Club.
That's
here
a costly
in the Solomon
one,
Islands.
you know, with the game hanging in the balance, you can't afford to give away free points like that. And just look at the crowd. They're on their feet. This place is definitely buzzing as the Solomon step to the line.
These kind of atmospheres are what we live for in basketball. And sometimes they're difficult to create. But this has been excellent. An excellent, strong game of Melanesian Cup basketball. It's featured everything like you said, Cess, and we've still got another 12 minutes to go.
It's getting real tense now, Tristan. You know, Solomon Islands, you know, lead, and, you know, Fiji commits the foul. Let's see if they really can bounce back from this.
So it'll be 2 shots here for Basia. So Kirby Basia now with 8 points in this game. I feel like he's had more, but with that 54 points on the board, it's been super important from the Solomon Islands in this game. Max Grantham slowed down in his scoring. He's now got 17. But it's been a bit of an even contribution for a lot of different players in this game. Tango hit that recent 3. I wonder if he can have an impact as well. As here, McClellan. Back here for Grantham. Grantham now out to Basia for 3. Just comes up short. The moment might have gotten to him a little bit there, Kirby Basia. But he certainly was feeling like that maybe that he could ride that momentum, including the 3 ball from outside. And the margin is 5. 54-49. Hughes now. Into the corner for McClellan. Oh, big block, Basia! Like a thief in the night, he came. And surprised Tui Van Norva. And he had no idea that he was there. Basia just coming in from the clouds there. That block shot.
It's definitely a force.
Basia is one of the keys in this game now. His defense and his ability to pick the ball has been strong. Tango tries to get it. Boardman gets the rebound. Oh, I can't put it in. He was in the vicinity, Boardman. 1:38 to go, and I can't believe we still got 1 quarter to go. How's everyone's energy levels? Make sure you stay hydrated for the final term, all of us. McClellan now. Right hand dribble here, McClellan. Guarded by Grantham. Nayavairua. Not quite, McClellan back the other way. With ball in hand, tries to go against Grantham, got 2 on him. Needs to deliver it to someone else. Turns it over to Boardman. Another turnover for Fiji. It's unbelievable. We haven't seen that many turnovers, I'd imagine, from a team like this in quite some time. Grantham drives and draws the foul.
Offense, you know, needs to respond. They've gone a little cold in the last couple of possessions, and the Solomons are starting to take control right now.
He's at the free throw line now. He's going to be Grantham. Max Grantham. The 24-year-old. And I'll tell you what, the experience that he's had in MBL1 North has really shone here in this game. The intensity of that lead can be strong. As McClellan so there's going to be a technical foul here by the referee. And the technical foul, I think, is on actually the Solomon Islands. So that's why one player is walking to the other end for one shot here. And it's going to be Jordan Lumcon. He's going to take the technical free throw here. So it'll be one shot, and then Boardman it'll be Grantham actually, and misses that free throw. So now we walk back to the other end. Grantham makes the free throw. That experience coming across from Australia. It's been big for Grantham in this game tonight. Now up to 19 points. Timeout going the way of Fiji and El Hughes. They need to talk about it, because at the moment, there's still a quarter to go after this, but it's a 7-point margin in favour of the Solomon Islands. And could the home crowd see history made on the very opening night of this tournament? You just never know. There's still a long way to go, Sess.
Fiji will just need to take a breather on this one. I mean, you can't escape this crowd. They're definitely the motivation for the Solomon, for the Solomon men's team right now.
I'll tell you what, the coaching of Michael now tonight needs to be applauded, because their game plan for 3 quarters has been sensational, this Solomon Islands team. We know their record in this Mela Cup. And you look at also their record in the Pacific Games as well. They've been 8th on 2 occasions and 4th in 2017 and 2022. So essentially they've been right near the lower end of the table when it comes to these tournaments. Is this the start of something new for the Solomon Islands tonight? 1 quarter to find out what's happening after this. We've still got a minute left. Feed inside here for the first time tonight for Fiji. Tavita Bothero is out there.
The Solomon Islands squad, under the guidance of the newly appointed head coach, Michael Now, they went into camp, late last month, and you can really see the results of that intensive preparation. They've come in sharp, well drilled, and definitely hungry.
They've come with purpose, haven't they? They really want to do their nation proud in their home gymnasium. As Bethia is at the free throw line. One of the only players in this team that plays for Stripling Warriors in Fiji. 20 years of age. What a nerve-wracking experience to be out there for the 20-year-old. Naivaya Rula. Oh, almost a pass there. Jordan Lumcon. Can't get it. Grantham had it, lost it. They dive for it. Naivaya Rula is fighting for it, and they're all wanting the ball. No one wants to give anything up here at the moment, Sess. It will be a jump ball.
You gotta love the patience the Fiji men's have right now into the 3rd quarter.
There's Naivaya Rula using all of his experience to try and make sure that he jumped at that ball and made sure no one else could get it. He used his body well to be able to make sure that he protected that basketball. as Numkon has it. Nayabula, there's two of them out there on the floor. One of them's got it now, was patient, and draws the foul. Great work there from Io Nayabula. And he'll head to the free throw line. Nayabula for Fiji tonight. 3 points only, but he's got the 8 rebounds, including 3 offensive. He's gotten plenty of offensive rebounds tonight as Nayabula. That is one of his specialties, obviously, at the size that he is. First one, no good. Free throws have been a premium tonight. They haven't been capitalised on by Fiji. The second one, not quite. That one rolls out of bounds. Whoop, and going for a slip there is Turamu. And Turamu decides, I'm going to clean things up here. Often see players taking it on themselves, Sess, when it comes to the floor wiping sometimes. They want it done a certain way and just grab the towel and start doing them themselves. But it's fantastic. We've got so many volunteers here already on this opening day doing these items. As back here comes Basia. We're into the last 15 seconds of this third term. Sort of slowed down a bit this game, but I've got a feeling it's going to speed up. A shot clock game clock line. Basia with it. 5 seconds on it. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. He got rid of a couple, and then he drew the foul. Basia. A few players going to ground. It's getting humid out there on the floor, which means a few players are slipping over, and it's hard to tell when the contact's made or not at the moment.
You know, one of the most things that makes Pacific basketball so exciting is just to watch that island flair, pick up instinct, the creativity, the rhythm on how they move the ball. And well, Basia has definitely got his own island style of play, but of course with the Pacific soul.
Basia misses that one. How crucial will free throws be in the last quarter coming up ahead of us? We missed that one. Fiji will have it. And we're going the way of Fiji. Ball came off the Solomon Islands. They're going to have 0.7 of a second. They're going to need to get something creative here to be able to get this ball in the hoop at the other end. We've seen some crazier things happen in basketball. Let's see if it happens here, Sess. As the long pass, caught there by Bethair, and saved there by Tango. I think he saved us as well. He was coming for us there. You had your eyes, your life before your very eyes there, Cecilina. You're okay, we're okay, and this crowd's okay behind us. Oh, we've got one thrilling quarter to go here in the Melanesian Cup 2025. It's 56-49. The Solomon Islands lead, and they are looking for an upset because they have never beaten Fiji in the Mela Cup history. And there's 1 quarter to go to see if that will come to play.
That's right, Tristan. You gotta love this crowd. It's like the whole province came down tonight. And, you know, just lifting the Solomon spirit every step of the way. The momentum is all in their favor right now. Fiji will definitely need a response and fast. They can't really afford to let this slip away as the clock winds down.
And you're right about that one, Sess. Important numbers going into this final term. Let us know who the top scorers are here. We just bring up the numbers in front of us. They're going to be very important, there's no doubt about that. Just want to have a look at the general numbers first. We have a look at the quarter by quarter. 16-14, the Solomon Islands won that quarter by 2 points. And if we look even further, both teams shooting at 40 44 and 45% from the field. So they're not missing too many shots, which is good to see. And we have a look at the rebound count. It's still 45 to 30. Rebounds haven't been the way that they've got it done, the Solomon Islands team. But what we're seeing so far is their ability to look after the ball as well. They've had 18 turnovers in this game. That's not too bad considering the basketball that we're watching here. So they're doing a good job looking after things. And then we have a look at some of the advanced numbers, which are really important. 26 of their points have come from turnover. I did notice that Fiji had 7 points in that term from turnover. And then you look at the fast break points, 9 to 5. So getting some important baskets in transition at the moment, Sess. That is how they're doing their damage to the Solomon Islands and keeping their noses in front in this game.
Some structure plays as well from the Solomon Islands men's team seen here tonight. Fiji has been very patient. Can they spin things around? We don't know. Time will tell.
So Chuka Winnie will have it in front of us, ready to start this final term. The Solomon Islands on the cusp of something special. They have 10 minutes to go though. As we're just checking out something here. So I think Basia might need to come off possibly. He's just got a bit of claret, so he's going to need to come out of the game. And Messia's going to have to start this final term. He's just going to get cleaned up quickly. Yeah, referee's doing their due diligence and looking after things as we're underway here. Tango will have it. I hope that Huatio Tango is okay. Toramu for 3. Can't get it, they tip it back out to him. Toramu back the other way. Pass here looking for Winnie. And can't get it. Fox will come up with it here for Fiji, and McClellan will have it again. Back here to Lumcon. Back to McClellan. Fox. Looks here for McClellan, can't get it. Massia. Back here to Grantham, who's been the instigator tonight. 21 in the game now for Grantham. 56, or 58, 49.
It's now 58-49 in the favor of the Solomons. They've definitely turned up the heat in this quarter. And Fiji is definitely feeling the pressure.
They're feeling the pressure, all right. They just lost the ball out of bounds in uncharacteristic fashion. There's Messiah. Back the other way across halfway. Now look here for Tango. Back to Messiah. And go looking here for Torimo. Torimo not quite. McClellan will come down with it. We'll come back the other way now. Wangambaba. McClellan again. No look pass, looking for Motufanga, and worried out of the points there by the Solomon Islands defense. They just need to play 8 more minutes of this and they get an inaugural victory against Fiji. And I can tell, Sess, that you're on the edge of your seat right now. As there's another score for the Solomon Islands, and they're out by 11 now in this game. And it's danger signs here for Fiji.
Fiji will definitely need to respond, and they need to respond quick as Solomon pulls away with the lead.
That's McClellan with a reverse finish. Seen that a few times in the past for McClellan. He's got that ability and cuts it back to 9. Grantham now. Back it to Torimo. And then the loose pass there from Tango looking for Masia as Basia is going to come back in, and no surprise about that. Kirby Basia has been close to one of the players of the game tonight, along with Grantham. There's a long way to go still. And going with the 2 tall players in there in Fox and Mutufanga. Out to McClellan now. Rip it wider here to Jordan Lumpcon. Back to McClellan. Back to Wangambaba. Oh, Fox, the big O board. McClellan now fakes it and draws the foul. Excellent work there from McClellan. He just got his opponent to bite on his movement, and as a result was able to draw the contact there.
And definitely, the Fiji is definitely capitalizing on the Solomon men's team's mistakes. They've been very patient. Can they just put one in the basket?
As Fox inside makes that finish against Toramu. And it's back to 7 now. Long way to go, 7 minutes still in this one. Basia, Rantham at the top. Goes for 3. Basia did a good job to poke it wide. Now McClellan in transition. Goes here looking for Lumpcon. Wangambaba. Baseline. Foul will be on the floor, so no points there to Fiji. Foul on Toramu. Well, looks of things as coming back into the game now. He had the 4 fouls pretty early in the second term. Did Kalita Milasi. Can he have an impact in this final term? He's been unsighted for a majority of the second half. Now is the time for Michael Nao to roll the dice on his Keilor Thunder, NBL 1 South listed player. Wangambaba back out here to McClellan. Wangambaba again trying to get through. Oh, stolen here. Malasi's up in transition and will finish nicely at the rim. Alex Malasi, who had a big part in their last game. Then Malasi. So turning in Fiji now, back to Karoi. Who I'm not surprised they've decided to turn to him, Karoi. 22 points. The last time they met, the 3rd place playoff game in the Mela Cup. And misses that one. That's Karoi. Doesn't mean his night, but it can be your moment if you're Umeshi Karoi. And makes that second one. 6:15 to go. 62-53. Basia. Foul's going to be on Karoi. 62-54. Basia will have it now. Malasi. Out to Masea. Back here to Grantham. Grantham for 2. A little short. They come up with it. Malasi, can he save the ball out of bounds? I think it's going to go back the way of Fiji. And the more this game goes along, the more nervous I reckon the Solomon Islands get. Because like we said, they haven't beaten Fiji before in the Mela Cup. And you've got to finish your work. They left Lumpcon open there, and he couldn't make them pay. 62-54. Grantham again. Got Malasi there, trying to get through a couple. Malasi came up a little bit to the right. McClellan will come down at it again for Fiji. Wakambaba. Back out here looking for Nayavaya Rula. Wakambaba. Assesses the floor as McClellan. McClellan for 3. Can't get it. And it's going to be a sideline ball here, I reckon, to Fiji. So we've got a timeout going the way of Fiji, who's going to try and settle things down with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go here. Sess, the atmosphere is electric here inside the Friendship Hall. I'm not sure what it would have been like for the Pacific Games. I wasn't here for that. But I imagine that a close contest like this, especially with the home side, in the position it is, I don't think it would be anything we would have heard maybe ever when it comes to basketball for this nation.
Definitely, I feel like when you have a whole Pacific in a room, or a hall rather, it's definitely going to be loud, louder than a concert.
It's louder than Bonfire, that's for certain. That happened, of course, here Saturday night, although
No
Bonfire was quite
that.
loud from what I could ascertain from the Saturday night here in Honiara. Some great artists, of course, from all around the local area naturally. So here we go. Just over 4.5 minutes to go. The Solomon Islands on the cusp. But Fiji know how to win these games when it's tight. They have that experience. Lumcon with it. You can hear the defense chants coming from the Souls behind us. Wangambaba. Well, they found McClellan open, and it's not going to count. Too long inside the paint there, I reckon, for the Fiji team. And it just seems every opportunity that they've had, it's been something that just hasn't quite gone right for them. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go here, Seth.
Definitely, you know, with this less than 5 minutes, Solomons hold an 8-point lead. You know, this game has just been tight. The Solomons are showing great composure down the stretch. Fiji will definitely need to tighten up their defense, execute some quick scoring if they really want to close this gap.
As back the other way comes Lupcon. It's Grantham. Goes up for that three. Fiji get it back here for McClellan. Wangambaba. Oh, ran into Corey. Got it back, Wangambaba. Tries to draw a foul. Can't do so. The finish inside from Karoi. And all of a sudden, margin closes again. 62-58, we're back to 4.
At this stage, every possession counts. Pressure is mounting on Fiji to respond quickly. Key players, you know, have really stepped up for both teams, but the Solomon Islands, they balance their attack, giving Fiji the edge.
Well, Maka now has called a timeout here for the Solomon Islands. I'm pretty confident about that because they can sense at the moment that Fiji have got a little bit of momentum. We saw in a couple of earlier games today, even though the margin wasn't as close in those games, at different points in the game, the coach could detect that there was going to be a bit of a run from the opposition. So they used one of those timeouts that are very handy to keep up your sleeve, particularly in the fourth term of a game. At 62-58, this one's on a knife edge right now.
The Solomon Islands team, you know, ball movements have been so impressive throughout, just creating some good scoring opportunities.
As we have a look at Fiji, then we look at Earl Hughes. He'll be reminding them about their ability to just execute under pressure. It's a different kind of challenge than probably what they're used to. Maybe a bit surprised about the fact that the result and the scoreline is the way it is right now. Hasn't been this close in a long time. The average margin over the last 2 meetings was 11.5 points. It's closer than that right now. And they're not in front, Fiji, and that's the difference. That might be worrying them a little bit. Basia Gets a screen from Malasi. They kick it out wide here, looking for Grantham. Grantham feeds it to Basia. Basia can't get it. Grantham tipped it to Basaga. Good job there. Out to Malasi. Basia back the other way. 3 seconds on the clock, 2 seconds. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Basia. Good job there from Nayavaya Rula, who drew the foul nicely.
Without a fight, though, they'll be pushing hard to overturn this one, especially in these final minutes.
Look at those feet set there from Io Nayavaya Rula. That's Wangababa. Oh, that is a big three. And that makes everyone nervous in the stadium. We are back to a point. 62-61. It's taken here by McClellan inside. Got it. And Fiji are in front all of a sudden. It's been a long time. Taken here by Karoi, good work there. And Basia manages to slow himself up against me a couple of times. My life before my very eyes flashing there.
Fiji's resilience is impressive. Can they push through in these final moments and just snatch the win?
Yeah, you're right about that. Wangambaba. Trying to find it there to Fox. Back out here to Lumcon. Down to McClellan. Into the corner for three. Can't get it. Basia comes up with it. And that one will stay possession-wise here with
And just like that, Fiji flips the script, taking the lead, 63.62 with the clock ticking down. Solomon Islands are stunned, but the crowd won't let their team fall that easily. Fiji's defense has been relentless. That basket could be the game changer in these final minutes. It's now a battle of nerves. Who will take control in this thrilling finish with just 2 minutes?
So just remembering, of course, FIBA competition. If the scores are tied at the end of full time, as that one goes up and they can't get it, there's 2 minutes to go. It will be 5 minutes of extra time until we get a result. So it'll continue to be 5 minutes of extra time. Just to remind everyone, in case you're not familiar with your FIBA rules, there will be overtime if the scores are level after full time in this one. And it could still be the case. 62-63. It might be one of those ways that you try and earn yourself the victory. You might need the extra time to do it for either side.
Solomon Islands will definitely dig deep here. You know, just rallying their home crowd to feel like a proper comeback. Fiji's momentum is strong, but the pressure is mounting on them to close this out.
It's taken there nicely by Malasi, and Malasi puts it back in front. Solon back almost there by, yes, they've got it themselves. Tango tries to draw a foul, can't do so. Malasi, they'll get it out here to Basia. Basia for three, bakes it up the window for three. Basia with the bomb from outside. And the crowd is going crazy in here. Wow. 67-63, it's 4 points the margin. Lupcon makes it 2. Not done yet. Water bomb from outside. Everyone's locked in here. Crowd is loud. Basia again. Kirby Basia to Tango. Draws the foul. And Tango will go to the free throw line.
Who will make the next big play? The final stretch is going to be unforgettable, Tristan. The tension is mounting as both teams battle hard for control. Every possession counts now. Fiji isn't backing down. They're still right in this.
Of course they are. Still a minute 10 to go. Tango's at the free throw line though. Neil Tango, who hit a big 3 in that third term for the Solomon Islands. And Tango comes up short. Can he get one here and make it at least a 3-point lead? And that'll still be one basket, but does. 3 points the margin. And now we got a timeout going the way of Fiji. They will have the ball with a minute 10 to go. And the Solomon Islands, after giving up the lead, they snatched it back. 68-65.
Timeout on the floor. Solomon Islands up on the lead, 68 points, 65. Coaches will be drawing up some crucial plays. Don't you think, Tristan?
Well, for me, you go to the player that's been really strong for you over multiple years. None other than Wangambaba. Seems to be able to pull out the basket when it counts for his team. Philip Mornay will be one of the key players in this final minute and 10 seconds. And you have to say, full credit to the Solomon Islands. Josh Fox looked like it was going to be the toughest player to stop out there based on the numbers we've seen. They've done a great job containing him and making him accountable in this game. And meanwhile, the damage down the other end being done by Max Grantham, and Kalina Malasi has sat with 4 fouls the majority of this second half and has come in and made an impact.
Guys, settle the nerves before one final push.
Still plenty of time too. I'm not sure how many timeouts are left for both sides. That could be all of them potentially. Karoy will have it for Fiji. And nearly stolen there off Lumcon by Basia. And they give him the basket. So Solomon Islands will rely on the fact that they've got the ball and they're going to try and make a big play down the stretch here. Malasi back to Basia. They've worked so hard to get to this position. They will not want to drop it right now. Grantham nearly lost the ball. Lumcon all over him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Grantham now needs some help. Goes to Basia, nearly lost his feet. 4 seconds. They're talking to him. Basia for 3. Can he make it again? No, he can't. Rebound on Wangambaba. Wangambaba now in transition. Trying to drive downhill and draws the foul. There'll be no score. Foul will be on the floor by the looks of things. That's how referees consult with each other. So it'll be a sideline ball. He wasn't in the act of shooting according to the referee. Or was he? He did point to the baseline there. The official. Nope, we've got a bonus 2 anyway. So Wangambaba, 2 free throws here to put Fiji back in front. Oh, misses the first. So we will have a tied ball game, at least if he makes this one. I wonder if the Solomon Islands have a timeout here. Second one, no good. Solomon Islands have the lead and they foul. Tango. Is that Can you believe it? It's Huatia. Tango has emerged from nowhere after he went down with that injury, and he is out there and he is playing once again. Where has he come from? Tango is not ready to give away this dance. Grantham now goes to Basia. They only need to hold on to the ball. Tango, oh, he's made them finish. Oh, he's risen. He's risen from nowhere, Tango. And that might be the last dance for Tango, but it won't be the last dance of this week. McClellan now, they're up by 3. Wangababa to send it, that's not gonna be enough. They lose the ball. And is that, hang on, is that it? It's not it. It's not it yet, is it? Is there time on the clock? No. We're just going to see if that's full time. I think there's time on the clock still. There's time on the clock still. Oh, and everyone's gone crazy here at the Solomon Islands. There is still time on the clock because the ball went out of bounds. There's 1 point something seconds left. It's not over yet. It's 0.3 on the clock. That's why we're saying it's not over. However, the ball will be in possession with the Solomon Islands, and it gives us the opportunity. Cess, I can't believe it. It's the first night of the FIBA Melanesian Cup 2025, and the Solomon Islands are going to win their first game against Fiji in their history. What an upset, 70-67. And can you believe it? We can't, but isn't basketball a beautiful thing? They win by 3. It's their first win against Fiji in 5 attempts. 6 is the one that gets it done for the Souls. And the soul is strong here in Honiara. What about that? What a finish.
We celebrated with the crowd there, Tristan. You know, Fiji gave everything they had, pushing the game down to the wire, but Solomon Islands' resilience and home support proved decisive. This win will surely boost the Solomon Islands' confidence moving forward. A proud moment for the team and the fans.
And put this in your papers tomorrow, everyone, when it comes to the Solomon Islands, because Hershio Tango was nowhere to be seen after that injury, and he came in, he got the ball on the tip, and he tipped it in, and in the end, it was enough to create the last opportunity for the win for the Solomon Islands. And Michael now has engineered an upset of massive proportions. That's going to set the tone for the rest of the week ahead, and we're only 1 day down when it comes to this tournament. Unbelievable. Let's go to the highlights of this game. We need to talk about it. What a game of basketball. We've seen history here tonight, Cess. And we're going to go to the highlights here, and we're going to talk you through it. Because the Solomon Islands, and have a look at Grantham. He was amazing tonight, Grantham. Over 20 points in this game. McClellan's work from inside kept Fiji in it throughout the night. And Wangambaba made some big baskets when it counted tonight, Cess.
Definitely, but then no one could compare to the physicality, you know, the Solomon teams came with. They were determined. It was their home soil.
That 3 from Tango. He really did bring his shooting shoes tonight. That block from Basia was huge.
Definitely, Basia has been an exceptional player tonight.
And tipping that ball out of bounds. The saves, we nearly got run over there, as you can see there on the broadcast. And Grantham with the finishes inside, bringing all that experience across from the NBL1 North. As back here, McClellan, who continued to be a big force inside. And Fox as well. Masaya with some important baskets down the stretch as well. As we continue to have a look at these highlights, and Karoi looked like he was going to steal some baskets late. This three from Wangambaba put them in front, of course, and then McClellan also helped them with that. But they just kept the soul going, didn't they, the Solomon Islands? It never relented. Basia for three from outside, banked it off the window, one of the most important triples of the night. And McClellan on that finish. And here's the finish from Tango. Right there, the winning basket to Horatio Tango. And they'll be dancing tonight. And it's only the first night done, here says. What a game of basketball.
Just to be able to experience the crowd, the energy, it's just something else. This is day one. We have a few more days to go. We'll see what happens.
You're right about that. Cecilina Thakal, thank you for joining me tonight here on the first day of the FIBA Melanesian Cup 2025. I don't think we're going to forget that one in a long, long time. And the schedules for tomorrow coming up in front of us. As you can see, the Fiji men's up against Papua New Guinea men's at 11 a.m. New Caledonia women's up against the Papua New Guinea women's at 1:30. At 4 o'clock, the New Caledonian men's will play for the first time in the tournament against the Solomon Islands men's off the back of that. My goodness, I don't want to be playing Solomon Islands after that.
Very intense lineup, of course, Tristan, for tomorrow.
And Fiji women's, of course, they start their campaign tomorrow against the Solomon Islands women's, and they'll be keen to make an impression, no doubt about that. That all happening at the Friendship Hall. Make sure you get your tickets for tomorrow. And it's a big thank you upstairs to Pacifica TV, TV New Zealand, FIBA YouTube, TTV Solomon Broadcasting, and TTV Plus and Android on iOS livestream. My name's Tristan TP Prentice. This has been Cecilina Thakal, and we will see you for more of the FIBA Melanesian Cup tomorrow here on the broadcast.